guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are going to be talking all about the ColourPop BFF mascaras and liquid liners. I honestly wasn't going to do a review on the mascaras just because I have Asian lashes and I'm like, who is this video going to really help, because you probably can't even see the mascaras on my eyes. But when they released the liquid liners, I was like, okay, maybe I can combine the two products and do a 2-in-1 review video for you guys since they are still in the same BFF family. So here we are today. I have all of the shades here and I'm going to be demoing them all on my eyes, showing you each color, mascara and liners and how they look on my eyes and lashes. As you guys can tell, I did cut my bangs. If you guys don't like it, please don't be mean about it in the comments. It's hair, it will grow back. I was just sick of my pitch black hair with my middle parting and there was just nothing to it. It was just the same. I'm still trying to get used to it, trying to style it. Today's actually my first day wearing a full face of makeup with the bangs and just actually styling my hair. So yeah, I did cut my bangs myself, but it's not the best job, but hey, it's a new change. Change is good. It is here, it will grow back. So anyway, back to the review. If you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts, then just continue watching. Alright, so ColourPop has launched 7 shades of the liquid liners and 7 shades of the mascaras. Now each liner and mascara does have the like kind of matching color, but the only colors that don't match is the purple mascara and the white liquid liner. Both of the liners and the mascaras are $8 US each. And we are going to talk about the liquid liners first because to me that is more exciting. To give you a general idea of what these liquid liners will do for you, I will read out some claims. So firstly, it is easy to use with a flexible tip and it will give you intense pigmentation. There is no skipping, no tugging. It is transfer resistant and there will be no smudging, feather or run. If you guys are familiar with my channel, you would know that I prefer gel liner, especially the Inglot AMC number 77 gel liner. I think gel liner is just the easiest to use. It's super smooth, super black, and it's also very matte. I've used multiple liquid liners, brush tip, felt tip in the past, but I've always gone back to my Inglot one. So off the bat, this does not replace my Inglot one. I don't think any eyeliner could replace my Inglot one. I think that's just like the best of the best. But this one is actually really good, and I think for the price, it's great. If you prefer a liquid liner over gel, this is a great option. It's an affordable option as well. I like the felt tip on this. I think it's very easy to use. It's almost flexible in a way, and also it's very inky, so it's great to have that instant pigmentation. And when the formula is a little bit more liquidy, it is easier to create a wing because it just flows with the brush. So I like that. I think it's very easy to use. I think it's very pigmented. The only downside with liquid liners is that this one is actually shiny. To some people, they might think it's quite matte, but to me, I do think this is shiny. If you're going to compare it to a gel liner, this one is shiny. But you can avoid that by applying a black eyeshadow on top of it to mattify it. But that is like another step that you need to do. So that's the only thing that I don't like about it, is that it does give off a shine and it does transfer like a little bit. I wouldn't agree that it's transfer resistant. It's nothing too crazy, but I do see that on my small eye where I have sometimes a monolid. It does smudge a little bit. It's nothing too crazy where you can see like an instant like transfer, but it does kind of smudge around there. But the transfer in this is less than my Inglot one. I feel like my Inglot one does transfer a little bit more than this one, which is great. So it has its pros and cons, but overall for the price, the formula, I'm all about it. Sometimes I'll actually use my Inglot gel liner and I'll create my wing, but to make the wing extra sharp at the end, I'll go in with this guy. So I kind of use like a bit of both ever since I've gotten this. As for the other colors, through my demos, I will give you my first impressions on how the colors work, because obviously when you have different colors that are lighter, brighter, and darker, there will be a difference in the formula and consistency between them all. So I will talk about each individual color a little bit later on, but for the most part, just overall, these liners are great. Now talking about the mascaras, these are the volumizing mascaras. And if you did watch my February favorites, if you saw that video, you would have seen that I actually mentioned the black BFF mascara in that video as my favorite. I am to this day still using that mascara every single day. I'm wearing it today to curl my lashes and everything. Like I mentioned in my favorites video, this actually reminds me a lot of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, where it's more of like a thicker formula, and also the wand is very similar in my opinion. If you don't like a very thick goopy mascara formula, then you probably won't like this one. When I mentioned this in my February favorites, a couple of you guys said that you don't actually like this. Everybody has a different preference on what they want in a mascara. I like a mascara that does thicken my lashes. I like a thicker formula. I also like this kind of brush head. To me, if you apply a lot, it will clump up, but I like that. I know that's a really weird thing to want in a mascara, but when you have like very sparse lashes, it's like you don't mind a little bit of a clump. And it's also important to mention that I'm not very fussed over mascaras. As long as the wand is not plastic, I probably will like the mascara. Mascaras to me is like, it's my least favorite makeup item, to be honest, because yeah, I need a good mascara to curl up my lashes, but then I end up putting false lashes on anyway. I don't really go out with just mascara on. But I really do like this one because it does compare to the Too Faced one. And the Too Faced one, to me, was the only mascara that I repurchased. And I know people compare the L'Oreal Lash Paradise to the Too Faced one, but I could never try the L'Oreal one because they are not cruelty free. So it's great that I have like another dupe to the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara that is affordable and cruelty free as well. And I'm pretty sure this would be cheaper than the L'Oreal one. As for the colorful mascaras, I'll talk about every single one of them in my demo. But just overall about the colored mascaras, I think they work great. A lot of them you do need to build up, and also with the liquid liners, you do need to build up the pigmentation. With the colored mascaras, I feel like because my lashes are so short, you can't really tell that it's like my lashes are a different color, but it does give a cool twist to an eye look, and I do see myself using them with like more crazier looks or something like that. They will come handy. But overall, honestly, I'm just impressed with the BFF mascaras and liners. I feel like ColourPop really does a good job with executing their formulas. I don't like everything from ColourPop, but I would say like 85 to 90% of their products I'm a fan of. So yeah, I mean, that's all I can pretty much say. I like it. I know some people don't like the mascaras, but it's ColourPop, guys. I'm sure they will come up with different formulas and mascaras, and they will release more shades. I really want a brown mascara and a brown liquid liner. I think that would look sick. Now we can move on to the kind of demo first impressions portion, where I'm going to talk about each individual shade, mascaras, liners. I'm going to put them all on my eyes, and you guys can see what they look on my eyes. And hopefully it will help some of you guys out there that have a similar lash situation to me. You want to see what it looks like on Asian, sparse, stubby baby lashes. So with that being said, let's roll the clips. So for the eyeliner in the shade Ducky, which is the pink, I did find it to be very easy to apply, but I did notice that there was a little bit of patchiness. I found that when I was trying to go over some more sheerer spots and to build up the color, it does patch up, and I feel like the way you want to use this specific eyeliner is to do one line first, wait for it to dry, and then add on top. I feel like if you're adding on top while it's wet, it's going to look a little bit more patchy. As for the mascara, I feel like this kind of looks red. It doesn't look as pink on my lashes. I also think that you can't really see the pinkiness of the mascara as much. Maybe it's because of the length of my lashes. They're very short, so they don't really stand out as much. So the pink one, I mean, it looks cool. It does give a different vibe to the eyes. I also drew a little hat on the side to see how well I could do detail work with the eyeliner, and it was very easy to create this heart. Obviously I would want to like build on top of it to make it more opaque, but for the most part, getting that base down, it was very easy to control. So next we're trying out the liquid liner in the shade Graceland, which is the white. Again with the pink, I did feel like for the white you do need to build this one up. So what you want to do is again just let it dry and build on top of it. You definitely can see more of the brush strokes with the white more than the pink one. Nonetheless, I think the formula is very nice. The brush tip is nice, which makes it even easier to use. We then tried the purple mascara, which is called Purple Pros. I actually like the purple one. I feel like it's more visible on my lashes rather than the pink one. I think on my lower lash line it looks really cool as well against like the dark purples and the black. I really like how that looks. Alright, so for the liquid liner in the shade Crazy, the dark navy blue, I think this one works really great, and that was kind of to be expected because it is a little bit darker. So I had no issues with that. I actually really like the color of it. It's a good replacement for a black if you want to do something a little bit more unique. I feel like at first glance it does look like a black, but when you really focus you can tell it is more of like a midnight blue. I'm really happy with it. It was very easy to create these little stars as well. For the mascara in the shade Blue Your Mind, it's more of like a cobalt blue, not really like a navy blue, so it doesn't technically match, but it all looks great together. On my top lashes, because I applied the liquid liner and it's quite dark, I feel like you can't really see the cobalt blue, but you can see on my lower lashes the cobalt blue really does stand out a lot more, so I think that looks really cool. And so for the green liquid liner in the shade The Hills, I found this to be very easy to apply as well. I don't feel like it's patchy or anything. As for the mascara in the shade Kiss and Teal, I think an emerald green would have been more wearable, and I probably would have liked that because I like greens against my brown eyes. But I think the teal looks really cool as well. Gives a really cool twist to an eye look. I'm happy with it. I feel like the teal really does show up on my lashes, like you can really see it. So for the liquid liner in the shade Try Me, which is the red, I found this one to be very easy to control and use. There was no patchiness with this one. If you do see there's some spots that are a little bit darker, I think there was a little bit of black liquid liner in my cap, and I probably got the caps mixed up. So there was a bit of black on the felt tip and I didn't know that, and I placed some black on top. So that's why it does look a little bit darker in some spots, but honestly before that it looked perfectly fine. For the mascara in the shade Left on Red, I did find this one a bit harder to build up compared to the others. I feel like this wouldn't stick to my lashes. It does look very similar to the pink one, especially on my sparse lashes. I don't really think you can tell too much of a difference between the pink and the red. And now for the next liquid liner, the yellow one. This one is called Make Love. I think out of all the liquid liners, this one is probably the worst one because it is super patchy, and even when you let it dry and you want to go on top of it, it will keep skipping and take away the previous layer that you added on before that. I don't know, I just had such a hard time getting this one to be opaque and non-patchy. You can see the brush strokes in it. It just doesn't look as good. As for the mascara, this one is called Yellow Goodbye. I think out of all the colored mascaras, this is the one that shows up on my lashes the most. You can definitely see it on my lower lashes especially, and when I look down you can see the yellow very intensely. It's very opaque and vibrant. I think out of all the colored mascaras, the yellow and the teal I feel like appears on my lashes the most. First, starting off with the black mascara, I'm gonna apply this to my lashes without any eyeliner, so that way you guys can actually see what the mascara can do for your lashes. And then we will go ahead and use the liquid liner. Like I mentioned in my review portion, I love both the liquid liner and the mascara. They are very easy to use. I think the black is obviously the easiest one. There's no patchiness because obviously it is the darkest. Alright guys, so that is going to conclude my review for today. Hopefully it helped out some of my Asian sisters out there. Not even just my Asian sisters, anybody that has short stubby lashes that don't really do anything. And if it did help you out, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it so much if you did. It lets me know that my review was helpful and I'm doing something right on my channel. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Have you guys bought the mascaras, the liners? Have you tried it? What do you think about it? Like it, dislike it. Again, everybody has different preferences and what they want in liners and mascaras. So let me know your thoughts down below. And with that being said, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I love you guys and I will see you in my next video. Bye!